Hearken. In the name of the Most High, I speak a word of hope into your waiting heart. Today, the angels proclaim that the love you've been longing for is on its way. If you felt the ache of empty spaces where warmth should live, if you've questioned whether another soul could ever meet you in your deepest longing, then pause now and receive this divine message. Know that heaven's timing is perfect, and your season of promise is about to break forth like dawn after the longest night. Let this be more than a video. Let it be a holy visitation that stirs your faith and awakens your expectancy. From the first moment you cradled that secret desire for companionship, God heard you. He collected every tear, every sigh, every midnight whisper. Your prayers weren't lost, they were carried by angels across celestial realms, echoing before the throne of grace. In that sacred space, petitions were woven into a tapestry of divine love, and a promise was born: your appointed one is drawing near. This isn't simply about finding someone. It's about God uniting two hearts ready to reflect His glory. The very essence of your being has been preparing for this encounter, and every trial you've faced has been divine training for the profound connection that awaits. Imagine a love so tender that it gently unfolds hidden chambers of your heart, revealing unspoken dreams and vulnerabilities. Picture a soul who cherishes not just your laughter, but honors the quiet places where your pain once lived. This is the love the angels announce, one forged in purity, sustained by faith, and anchored in mutual purpose. Gone are the days of feeling almost loved, of settling for fragments when God ordained you for fullness. Your spirit has been nurtured through seasons of solitude, refined by tears, and aligned with heavenly design so that when your person appears, you will recognize them as a divine gift, not merely a chance encounter. Perhaps you've questioned your worth, wondering why love seems to elude you while others around you celebrate union. Let me assure you, your value has never been in question. You are the beloved of God, the apple of His eye, fashioned in His image, imbued with purpose. The silence you endured was never abandonment, it was preparation. In the quiet, God taught you self-love, honored your dreams, and cultivated strength you didn't know you possessed. Now, like a rose emerging after winter's frost, you are ready to blossom into a love story written by heaven itself. The angels have stood watch over you, now they march ahead to clear the path before your beloved's arrival. Listen closely, for the journey to this love has followed a divine pattern. First comes the awakening, a stirring in your soul that whispers, there is more. Then the season of waiting, a time to refine character, deepen trust, and align with God's purpose. Next arrives the turning point, when the angels shift from guard duty to heralding, signaling that the awaited one is nearing the crossing of your threshold. You may not see them yet, but rest assured, they are on their way. Every appointment with destiny unfolds according to God's perfect calendar, and today, you stand on the cusp of the greatest appointment of your love life. Now, I know waiting can feel like wandering in a desert, endless, scorching, and lonely. But even in the wilderness, streams of mercy flow. Angels gathered your tears, watered your faith, and fashioned manna for your soul. Each trial you faced was a drop of living water, sustaining you for what lies ahead. Remember Abraham and Sarah, who waited decades for the promise of a child. Remember Hannah, who poured out her heart until God lifted the burden and gave her song. Remember Jacob, who wrestled through night until he encountered blessing. Your story joins this legacy of faith, and like them, you shall bear witness to God's miraculous fulfillment. Speaking of miracles, prepare to witness one in the form of a person, your person, anointed by God to walk alongside you. They bear scars of their own journey, because only hearts refined by fire can stand the heat of divine love. Yet in those scars, there is strength, in those battles, humility, and in their story, a tapestry that complements yours. When you meet, you will feel the strange familiarity of two souls stitched together before time began. But don't be fooled into rushing. God's love can't be hurried. Instead, cultivate patience, vigilance, and prayerful expectancy. Your readiness attracts their readiness, and soon, the angels will shout, "Behold, the King approaches." But how do you prepare your heart for this imminent arrival? First, keep your communion with God sacred. Whether you kneel in the quiet of dawn or whisper prayers under moonlight, let your conversations with Him be intimate and unhurried. Second, guard your mind against fear and doubt. Replace every anxious thought with declarations of God's faithfulness. He who promised is faithful. Third, invest in your purpose. Pursue passions, serve others, and nurture talents, because God doesn't just prepare your heart for love, He equips you for impact. When your person appears, they will find a partner who embodies grace, purpose, and the radiant joy that streams from a heart fully surrendered. Understand that this love is not a fairy tale. You will face challenges, disagreements, and moments of self-doubt. Yet, the foundation beneath this union will be unlike any you've known, a triune cord of you, your beloved, and God, woven so that no storm can uproot what heaven ordained. The angels have traveled ahead to dismantle strongholds, realign destinies, and erect altars of unity. Trust their unseen work, even when circumstances seem unchanged. Divine machinations aren't bound by human timelines. What appears dormant is often ripe with unseen growth. I want you to picture a moment in the near future. You step into a room, perhaps a coffee shop, a library aisle, or a chance gathering, and your heart skips a beat. Across the way stands someone whose eyes hold understanding, whose smile feels like home, and whose presence stirs a peace you've only known in dreams. In that moment, the angels circle above, trumpets sounding, as heaven and earth converge. Your person bows their head, perhaps out of awe, for they recognize they stand before someone divine in their own right. And you, O beloved, will sense God's gentle hand guiding your footsteps toward this encounter. Breathe in that vision, let it kindle hope within you. Yet, be mindful, when your person arrives, they will need space to show you who they truly are. Extend grace as you did in your solitary season. Remember the mercies God extended you. Offer pardon for past hurts, and communicate with empathy. This love thrives on vulnerability, your vulnerability met with theirs, both guarded by God's covenant. And as seasons change, let gratitude be your anthem. Celebrate small victories, the first heartfelt conversation, the tender gesture, the shared laughter. Build memories like family heirlooms, storing them in the treasury of your souls. As this love story unfolds, avoid the trap of idolizing your partner. They are a gift, yes, but God remains your greatest treasure. Center your relationship around Him. Invite Him into your dates, your prayers, your dreams. When disagreements arise, and they will, lean on divine wisdom rather than human pride. Seek counsel from maturing believers, surround yourselves with godly community, and anchor your union in Scripture. This love is meant to reflect Christ's sacrificial love for the Church, shining as a beacon in a world starved for authentic connection. Now, to the practical matters of preparation. Clear the clutter of your past, emotional baggage, unhealthy habits, lingering bitterness. Forgive yourself and others so you can step into this new season unencumbered. Cultivate habits of holiness, honesty in communication, generosity in spirit, and humility in leadership. Pray not only for your person's arrival, but for their sanctification, that they might stand purified, ready to love with intention and loyalty. And while you wait, trust God to be your joy. Let worship be your lifestyle, not just a Sunday ritual. Today, angels stand ready to deliver this promise. They moved at the whisper of your earliest longings, they labored through every tear, they prepared pathways beyond human sight. Now they lean forward, eager to shout, "Rise up, beloved! Your love approaches." Will you answer with faith, open arms, and an expectant heart? Will you dare to hope again, to risk deep affection, knowing that God Himself orchestrates this encounter? If so, declare boldly, "Come, love, into my life. Bring with you the fullness of God's grace." And if fear tries to grip you, speak against it. Say, "I reject doubt. I receive hope. I trust in God's perfect timing." For fear will try to steal your miracle before it arrives, but faith will guard your expectation like a fortress. Surround yourself with affirmations, scripture promises, declarations of destiny, and testimonies of those who waited and beheld God's faithfulness. Let these reminders fan the embers of expectancy into a blazing assurance. Beloved, the love you've been waiting for is finally coming, not as a half measure, not as a substitute, but as the glorious fulfillment of a covenant God made with your soul. Your story is about to enter its most beautiful chapter, authored by the one who sees your heart's cry. Angels stand at the ready. Heaven leans in. Are you prepared to step into the miracle? If this message ignited hope in your heart, please like this video, comment, "I received my promise," and subscribe for more heavenly declarations. Share with someone who needs to hear that love is on its way. Until next time, beloved, keep your gaze fixed on the author and finisher of our faith. He is writing the most beautiful love story you will ever know.